Hello. So, my name's John. I've been seeing a lot of those It Gets Better videos, and they've really inspired me to go ahead and say something and kind of join the cause and support. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm out, more or less, because I've never really had to come out. It's always just something that people have known. I'll be in the middle of a conversation and people always ask, "Oh, do you have a boyfriend?" I just kind of naturally have rolled with it and always gone with that aspect. Growing up with the family I have has really been kind of an experience. My parents are so incredibly on opposite ends of the spectrum. My mom can spend a night in a casino, no problem. My dad, he loves going off-roading, shooting guns, all sorts of things. So my interests are really, really diverse and really, really eclectic. Like, I love riding my motorcycle and I love going off-road with my dad any day. But I don't mind just sitting down and watching something as stupid as Jersey Shore with my mom. It's just one of those things that we kind of enjoy. And generally now, we get along. But back when I started growing up, I should also mention that I come from a military family. My dad was in the service in the Army for about 11 years, and both of them have this distinct mentality that they've always had. But when we were living in Germany, I was discovering a lot about myself. Things that caused a lot of problems that my parents dealt along the lines. An example of such is my mom caught me with another boy, and I think I was about 9 years old, and it was one of the most difficult moments of my life. She didn't know what to do. She had no idea. I should mention that I was also raised in when I started out in school, I went to a private Christian school, so I've always had a little bit of a religious upbringing. But I think at this moment is kind of when they had the decline and they kind of fell from religion, which is kind of sad. But after she had found me, she was heartbroken, she was destroyed. Thinking back on it, and it was a couple hours later, she had preached, she sent him home, and I kind of just walked in and peeked through the door, and I saw her crying. She was on the phone with her mother, my grandmother. She was so in tears. She didn't know what she had done as a parent, where she would have screwed up. Like what she had done to cause me to be something different, to be something wrong, to be something against God. And then from there, things kind of got a little estranged with my parents. I started having problems. I started being rebellious, I guess you would say, with a lot of different things. We ended up growing apart, and I ended up having a porn addiction. Oh, that was a whole other story. And I couldn't help myself. I had no control. Excuse me. I just wanted to discover more and more and explore more, since I no longer had a friend to explore with. I'd go up and look on images and videos and see whatever I can find. Eventually, I think it was more than 10 times, literally, that my parents caught me, either during or after. From there, we really started to grow apart, to the point where it caused me to have other problems, to where I would beg for attention from my parents in any way I could, and then I didn't know the proper way to do so. My parents were also doing a lot other stuff during the time. My dad was constantly being deployed. He was going to Iraq, Kuwait, Bosnia, several different locations. My mom was going through what eventually actually became a really, really big issue at work, but that's a whole other story. The point where legal issues got involved and they had so much on their plate, and all I wanted to do was for them to pay attention to me, to tell me they loved me. And that was one of the biggest things growing up, is I felt on my end after that I didn't always feel it or hear it enough. Or maybe I was just difficult to please. Who knows? But it became hard because after we moved back to the States, there was a few occasions where I felt like my dad didn't really want to spend time with me, didn't want to do anything with me. But, and then it caused me to suffer at school. I'd spent a lot of time thinking what it was like if I been different growing up. I do a lot of thinking a lot of the times, and I feel like it's regret. But me being 22 years old now and being a successful person overall, like, I love where I work. I work at the Disneyland Resort and I'm a supervisor there. And I love everything that I do. I love the people that I surround myself with. I love everything. It's going really, really well. I just need somebody to share that with, but one day they'll come. But thinking back, there's a lot I wish I didn't regret. Because now things are really, really great. My parents, they may be separated, but a lot of us, we've ironed out a lot of details. My dad loves spending time with me. I genuinely love being around him. We just went shooting a few weeks ago. It was one of the best experiences ever. Quadding, camping, all kinds of things. My mom, her and her boyfriend, we just came up, and for Thanksgiving we had turkey and then we had margaritas on the beach. One of the best experiences ever. And we happen to do a lot like that. We happen to go out and spend a lot of genuine quality time together. Yeah, like, later I plan on taking my mom to church, and I think it's gonna be good. I think there's a place for all things within our lives, whether it's a person, whether it's religion, whether it's accepting the fact that someone's different. And I believe I have finally convinced my mom that she will be one day getting grandchildren, which is one of her greatest fears, that she'll ever be a grandmother. But I just want everyone who, if anyone ever watches this, sees this, that it does get better. Things do improve. It just takes time and patience. I've been there in that deep, dark corner where I felt alone, I felt scared, and there's a lot more stories I could tell you. A lot, since I feel like I've been through a lot, but I'm sure many, many of you have been through so much. But just know, things do get better. And it's a wonderful experience once you finally find that place where you feel accepted and you feel loved. Because then you can feel like you can do anything. Your self-esteem goes through the roof. Alright. Thanks for your time.